Welcome back to This Week in Agribusiness. Getting high-speed internet across rural America is a challenge, but it's something that's desperately needed for today's modern farming operations. One company working on bridging that divide is Microsoft. Mary Snapp said the company calls this their rural initiative, and she had the chance to speak with Max about tackling that challenge.
We know that we need to reach everybody across the country, and we up in the West Coast corner thought we were doing a pretty good job up there, but we know we need to get to the middle of the country too, and we know we can learn a lot from rural America. And so this is our effort to bring programs like expanding broadband, investing in youth like FFA and 4-H, supporting local news, and supporting digital skills so that people can get jobs in their communities, take advantage of the 21st century economy, and not have to leave where they are.
I did a little Twitter survey a few weeks ago about rural internet access, broadband access.
Yeah.
I was shocked.
Yes.
I think there were about 12% who said they virtually have no internet access out there in rural America.
That's exactly right. So we did some work about 4 or 5 years ago, and we learned that the FCC numbers were actually not right because of the way they count. And when we went out, we looked at how people were using our internet sites, and we saw major gaps. We discovered that there were 23, 24 million people who had no access at all. So we've developed a program called Airband to spotlight this. It's a pilot program using TV white spaces to bring internet access to some of those last mile places. But on the other hand, we know that there's lots of infrastructure money right now, and we're hoping that every state and every county a couple of years from now has that high-speed access that everybody needs to thrive.
The pandemic was a wake-up call, wasn't it, when we realized that families were trying to school their students with the internet that it wasn't there, or they drive into the McDonald's to hit the Wi-Fi.
They drive to the local McDonald's, they drive to the local high school, and it's just impossible for kids to have that same access to education without the ability to use the internet. So it did just highlight, among many other things, it highlighted what we call the gap in digital equity, and that's what we want to try to solve.
So many of our tools in agriculture today depend upon high-speed internet access, and the giant strides would be welcome. What's your gut feeling about that horizon out there, that we will have all of rural America wired to the internet the way we energized the rural areas with electricity some, 80 years ago?
Well, it is like the electrification of 80 years ago, actually. Internet is the electricity of our time today. And I'm super optimistic, but Microsoft can't do it alone. I mean, there is no way, or anybody can do it alone. It's going to take a coalition and a partnership of corporates, our internet service providers, county and state, and dollars from the feds and other places to get it done. And if the people in the community want to have it happen, that's the most important thing, and I think they do.